Welcome back everyone to the next part of this Blu-ray collection update. So I'll just get started. This is CJ Parker from Baywatch. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a big Baywatch fan. This is I forgot her name. I think it's Darla from Mr. Robot, and Angela Moss from Mr. Robot as well, and Joan from Mad Men. All shows that I enjoy. So let's go ahead, move these out of the way, and get started. Once again, I apologize if there's noise in the background. It's really hot. Got the air condition on and it's a loud one. Start with these box sets. I don't know where to start. Cosmos, the season with the revival with Neil deGrasse Tyson, Space Time Odyssey. Really great series. I'm a huge space junkie. I love shows like the universe, how the universe works. And this was a really great series. I also liked the second one that came out, Possible Worlds. If they release that, I'll be the first one to get it because I'm a big fan of this. Persona from Ingmar Bergman. I don't know if I have that many Ingmar Bergman films actually. This might honestly be the only one that I have currently. I do want to get a few more, but money. So this is a nice release. Great film, great psychological thriller right here, and it's early as well from Ingmar Bergman, who's like a master of cinema. One Flew Over the Cuckoo Nest. This is a digipack or digibook with Jack Nicholson in a really fine performance. It's more like a one-time watch, but the actress that played Nurse Ratched in this is also fantastic as well. This is the Nightmare on Elm Street original collection. So it has Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Revenge, Dream Warriors, Dream Master, Dream Child, The Final Nightmare, and New Nightmare. I'll find something positive to say about all of them. I think second one might be my least favorite. New Nightmare is great. Dream Master is definitely great. I think I also like Dream Child, and the original is obviously great. I have no complaints about this. It's a slim set. I know the Friday the 13th set is much bigger and has more stuff. I don't mind slim stuff as long as it has every film in it. I'm fine with it. Spartacus, the complete series. This series is actually really fantastic. I definitely enjoy this show. It kind of tailed off near the end in that last season. And also, when the original actor who played Spartacus died, it was a little sad. It was hard for him to get replaced. But good show. Jesus. The Bourne Classified Collection. This includes all five. Actually, so it includes all four Bourne films: Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, and Bourne Ultimatum. And then it also includes the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner. And then it had a slot where you could add Jason Bourne in it. So I just got the disc off of eBay, fit it in there, and now it's the entire collection, which I really like. Good films, definitely. I think Identity and Ultimatum are the best. And then I didn't like Legacy. I definitely didn't like Jason Bourne. One of my film that's become one of my favorite films of all time is Midsommar, by Ari Aster, the director of Hereditary. I think he did a phenomenal job on this. This is the A24 release of the film. I know it's a weird. I like it though. It's a weird packaging. And then I also had this from before, the original Blu-ray. Love this film. There's not many things I can say. Now I remember why I got this. This is the director's cut. So being that it's a director's cut, it adds a lot more to this film that makes it even more special. The director's cut is much better than this, the original theatrical cut, but the theatrical cut in itself is stellar. Amazing film. One of my favorite horror of modern times, really. So we'll get started with the Blu-rays here. Maybe we can do this with one hand. Yes, perfect. Okay, Shawshank Redemption, a classic. Here's another digipack. Really great film. It deserves all the praise that it gets. It's just great. Shazam, DC EU film that was actually surprisingly very good. I'm excited for a sequel. I thought this was pretty funny. It blended the humor in well with the action. One that came out quite recently, She's the Man. Great film with Amanda Bynes, Channing Tatum, where she pretends to be her brother and then joins a soccer team. I really enjoyed this film. I think it's fun. A lot of fun. Sheena. This is a film with Tanya Roberts. So basically, I started watching the show Sheena, and I thought it was okay. It's not like absolutely amazing. And then I realized that there's actually a film already that's out, and then decided to get it. The film isn't bad itself. It's an okay watch, and this is one of those like old school VHS type slipcovers that they did. I'm not a huge fan of those slipcovers. I feel like they're a little too gimmicky, but it's fine. Sherry Baby. I'm a huge Maggie Gyllenhaal fan. I don't know. I just love her. I love her in The Deuce, the show right there. And I think she has a great performance in this. I think she's just performs very well in most of the things she does. And I'll watch anything with her. So I picked this one up. Pretty good film. Not disappointed with that one. I bought this on a blind buy. This is Shivers by David Cronenberg. I'm a big David Cronenberg fan, as you can see from the other films in my collection. So this was one that I wanted to get. It's from Vestron Video. I don't have a lot of films from them. Pretty trippy. It's exactly what you would expect from David Cronenberg, which is as good as it gets, right? Shoot 'Em Up. Really good action film, like a brainless action film with Clive Owen. I saw this like a few times in theaters, and I really enjoyed it, and you know, I had to add it to the collection. It's a good one. Showgirls. Yeah, this is with Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell, doing a very raunchy role. The Paul Verhoeven film, pretty good. Honestly, it's not as bad as people say it is. I think it's entertaining. You just gotta realize it's not like out to win any Oscars or anything. It's literally a film about strippers. So you know, you get whatever it is, and I think it's not a bad film. Shutter Island. Really enjoyed this one. This is a Martin Scorsese film that really surprised me. I like the open-ended interpretation. Just an all-around great film. Leonardo DiCaprio is great in it. I really like the plot. Everything works well in that one. Picked this one up recently. This is the Steelbook, not 4K, of Sicario. This is the Target exclusive, and it comes with the plastic slips. Target is doing that more often, and I actually really like that. So like, if they keep doing that, I might go with the Target versions over Best Buy. I really enjoy that. Good film. The sequel is also good, but I don't think I would buy the sequel. It's not really something that I feel the need to own. Side Effects. It has my favorite Rooney Mara in it, and it's a good Steven Soderbergh film about kind of like mental health and pills. Great film. I really like the twist and everything in this film. I think this is a really fun one that kind of goes unnoticed. And Signs. One from M. Night Shyamalan. I have no issues with this film. This is a front to back fun film. No problems whatsoever with this. I like it. Okay, so let's try to do this second row now. Oh boy. So we start off with another Martin Scorsese film, Silence. Really good one. The only issue with this is it's a very long one. However, it's one that makes you think and ponder. It's definitely a labor of love from Martin Scorsese, and it shows. A good one. This is the original Silent Hill on Scream Factory. I get a glare, that's why I'm doing an angle to try not to get a glare. But Silent Hill was I'm a big fan of video games. I played like the first 3, and then I fell off video games. But I think this kind of captures the atmosphere of Silent Hill and what it goes for, which is great for me. I really like the monster designs and stuff, and you got old Pyramid Head right there. Ending leaves a little more to be desired, but I think it's a good film. Overall, this is not a bad video game adaptation. I know people may disagree with that, but that's my opinion. Silver Linings Playbook, great little. I think this is a very fun film. I've only seen it once, but Jennifer Lawrence is really good in this one. Same with Bradley Cooper. Yeah, very very entertaining film from David O. Russell. I think he went on kind of a roll right after this film and did a few great films with Jennifer Lawrence. That's a good one. The Simpsons. I am a fan of the TV show. I mean, I've seen every episode actually. Gone back and watched the show. I think the first 10 seasons or so of this first 10 seasons of this show are just incredible. Nowadays, you know, the quality is crap. The movie was good though. That's one good thing about it. Even though the show wasn't at its peak at the time, they did a good job with the movie. Enjoyable one. Seen that a few times as well. Then I have this UK version of Sin City. The reason I got this in the UK is look at this red case. It's beautiful, and it has a few different versions of the film. I like Sin City. I think Robert Rodriguez, Frank Miller did a really good job with this one. The way it was shot in a comic book style and told in that story element, it was good. I think it really worked. I was very excited for the sequel, A Dame to Kill For, mainly because it has Ava Green in it. Is she even on the cover? Oh, there she is. Yes. But it was okay. There's things I like about it. There's things I don't like about it. The first film is definitely superior, but I won't complain. I'm kind of glad we got the sequel and see what was able to happen with it. Because if we didn't get it, we'd all just sit here being like, oh, we want a Sin City sequel. We got one at least. Sing Street. This is from the director of Begin Again. I don't know if I've seen once. I might have. I've seen too many films, so I don't really remember. But Sing Street, I think is fantastic. I might like it a little bit more than Begin Again, but they're very close in quality. The main song in this film is amazing. Drive It Like You Stole It. Love it. Fantastic film. I don't know this director's name, but I'm clearly a fan of his work. John Carney, I believe. Great film. Another great film, Single White Female, with Bridget Fonda, Jennifer Jason Leigh. I really like Jennifer Jason Leigh in this film. A little psychotic, romantic, I guess, thriller here with Stalker. This came out pretty recently on Blu-ray, and it was about time, because when I saw it, I was like, I need this on Blu-ray. Why isn't it out? And there you go. Sisters, great Brian De Palma film with a nice twist as well. Very enjoyable film. I'm like never disappointed with Brian De Palma. In all honesty, I have so many films of his in my collection. He's definitely top 5 favorite directors for me. That's another good one. 16 Candles. This is the edition, the 25th anniversary edition. Pretty nice release of this film. I know there's a few different copies, and there's a 4K out, I believe. Another great John Hughes style film with Molly Ringwald in it. Nice packaging as well. Another M. Night Shyamalan right here, The Sixth Sense. Great film. I rewatched this recently as well, and I think it still holds up. Even though everybody kind of knows that famous line and the twist, it's still delivered so well. Like that first time you watch it, it's like, whoa. If you stayed away from the spoilers, nowadays it's impossible. But when you first watch it and you realize what's going on, it's like absolutely amazing. Sleepaway Camp, pretty campy slasher film with the surprise ending. I think most people might know the ending by now, but not a bad Scream Factory to pick up. And I think I got this during a sale. Like they did a really good sale last year, maybe because of the pandemic, and I was able to like nab up a bunch of titles, which I'm happy about. I think one thing about the pandemic is my collection has really blossomed into a massive one that now I have no space. I've been home most of the time. Sleeping Beauty, one of the better steelbooks in my collection as well. This is A Thing of Beauty. Pretty good animated Disney film. Nothing spectacular. I think there's better stuff out there. There's Maleficent right there. Obviously, I don't think they need to do a live action version just because we already have Maleficent, and it'll be really similar, I guess. Good film. Just trying to figure out where to put these now. Okay. Here is another Sleeping Beauty, but this is a very different Sleeping Beauty. So this is Sleeping Beauty. I got this from England. I don't know if it's really a release here. This is a region free from England. Sleeping Beauty with Emily Browning. As I mentioned earlier, I love Emily Browning, and this was just kind of like a guilty pleasure. It's very like sex-driven film with Emily Browning. You might enjoy it if you watch it. Oh, another one I picked up during the Shout Select sale. This sale was great. I got so many great Shout Select titles. Sliding Doors was one of them. Interesting film with Gwyneth Paltrow where like one day she misses a train and then her life goes in two different ways and then they just cut back and forth between the two. I really like the concept and I really like this film, and you know I love Gwyneth Paltrow as well. I'm one of the only ones, I bet. Especially after like the exploding candles or whatever. Sliver could have been better. Not an amazing film. As I mentioned, I was on a Sharon Stone kick, so I just got a bunch of her films. This one's not a bad like erotic thriller, but also not that great. I mean, Sharon Stone's not always in something. She's in some good films, and then other times she's in like forgettable stuff. Sleepy Hollow Steelbook, one of the best steelbooks I have in my collection. I love this film. I have like this in a Tim Burton 4-pack, and then I also have I had another one, and then I traded that one out for the steelbook. Amazing film. This is my favorite Tim Burton film, actually. I watch it every October, and I love it. I think the atmosphere is amazing. Johnny Depp's great in this. The story is amazing. I'm a huge fan of the Sleepy Hollow Ichabod Crane. Wonderful film. Slumber Party Massacre. I'm not a huge fan of the way this steelbook looks. I just feel like they could have made something much better. But a decent like slasher film, pretty forgettable though. And then we have Smokin' Aces. I very much enjoyed this film. It's got an awesome cast, a really good story, and a really good ending as well. I know they released a second one, which I thought looked okay. I think it's like Assassin's Ball, Smokin' Aces, Assassin's Ball or something. I haven't seen it though. But this one was good. As I mentioned before, I'm a huge Sofia Coppola fan, so Elsewhere. Love this film. Elle Fanning film. I think she's great. Good film. She's younger in this one as well, and this also has Stephen Dorff in it. Great film. She's never missed, Sofia Coppola, for me. Like everything she's done, I like it and I'll defend it. Here's one I really can't defend. Snapdragon. I was on a Pamela Anderson kick, so I just got a bunch of the films where she's like a lead. This one is not very good. I mean, she looks good in it, but it's not a very good film. I haven't even heard of that before I started watching Baywatch. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Pretty good, pretty classic Disney film. It's a little slower than the other animated, like classic Disney films, in my opinion, the animated ones. But it's not bad. Snow White and the Huntsman. Got this for cheap on Steelbook. It's a pretty nice Steelbook. Not a huge fan of this. Also not a huge fan of not Snow White. The Huntsman Winter's War. Even though I do like Jessica Chastain, and I like them including Emily Blunt as well. Like this series, it's like there's things to like, but not as much as like it's not that entertaining. Everything's falling down. All right. Oh god, I think I messed up the order. So let me just try to figure this out. All right. Another David Fincher film. One of his best is The Social Network. Aaron Sorkin writing it. As always, I'm a huge fan of Aaron Sorkin's writing. Not so big on this packaging for this one. I think it's a little weird, but Social Network is an amazing film. Watch it if you haven't done so. I'm sure everyone already has. Another Terrence Malick film, Song to Song. Great film, and it has two of my favorite actor and actress right there, Ryan Gosling and Rooney Mara. I love this film. It has that loose storytelling style of Tree of Life, but no, I definitely like Tree of Life more. I'm a huge fan of Tree of Life. I think it's one of the best films ever. But Song to Song, I love it as well. I'm a fantastic film. I'm a huge Terrence Malick fan, especially more of his later stuff than the beginning, which is I think most people will be the other way around. Sound of Music, a classic musical. Saw it the other day. Not bad, pretty long, but you know, it's a classic. Sometimes you just gotta own the classics. This one came out pretty recently. Another Arrow in my collection, Southland Tales. Trippy. I do like this film though. I love the scene where what's his name? Justin Timberlake is like dancing to the Killers. This is from the director of Donnie Darko, Richard Kelly, and it's just as, if not more, bizarre. But nice release. I'm glad these films are getting Blu-ray releases. Spartacus. This is a 4K of I hope it's a 4K. I'm sure it is a 4K. Anyways, the Stanley Kubrick film. So I don't have that one in any of the box set from earlier, in the Stanley Kubrick box set, the one that was like up there somewhere. So you know, I had to get this separately. Pretty good film. I think the series is better, obviously, but there's two completely different like mediums, so I can't really even compare those two. That's a good Kirk Douglas one. Spawn. Here's one that when I watched it when I was younger, like in 8th grade, I was like, oh my god, this is an amazing comic book film. He's an amazing hero, blah blah blah. Then I got it on that nostalgia kick, and then it wasn't as good after watching it. The effects look pretty bad. It's not as interesting, but you know, whatever. Species. I like this one. Got this pretty cheap. This is, I think Species 2 is pretty good too. If I find that on Blu-ray, if it is on Blu-ray, I wouldn't mind getting it, but that's a good one. The Spice Girls movie. Oh, Spice World. This is custom made, before anyone asks. Yes, I am a huge fan of the Spice Girls. I think they had some great music back in the 90s. My music taste is all over the place. You've seen some Taylor Swift, you've seen Pink Floyd, you've seen Beatles, and now you're seeing Spice Girls. Yeah, I enjoy this film. I'm a huge I have a crush on Emma Bunton still to this day. A lot of nostalgia on this one. But even though I like Spice Girls and I like that film, it is not a good film. Like, just to be clear. Spider-Man trilogy. This is the Sam Raimi trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. I like all of them. Yes, I like 3. I don't have many issues with 3. I know a lot of people do, like villain cramming and then Peter Parker going emo. I don't mind it. I enjoy that film. And then we have the 2 new Spider-Man. So I don't have the Amazing Spider-Man or 2. I don't really like those films. These are the Steelbooks of Homecoming and Far From Home. I think Far From Home is better than Homecoming, but Homecoming is still pretty good. Yeah, Far From Home was really good, actually. I watched that and I really enjoyed that one. Alright, now let me just move these out of the way and then we can get through the regular row. Alright, so this first one is pretty tight up here. This is Rebecca. I know they did a remake of this on Netflix. I thought the remake was okay, but this is a great Alfred Hitchcock film. One of his best ones, honestly. Not as well known as some of his other ones, but one of his best ones. Absolutely deserves the Criterion release. Triple feature of Red Planet 2010, the year we made Contact, and Contact. I got this mostly for 2010, the year we made Contact, and this is the sequel to 2001: A Space Odyssey, and it's pretty good. And Contact, which I also like as well. I think Contact has a really great opening sequence where they like zoom out of Earth and then go through the entire solar system and then the universe. I really like that. And I watched Red Planet. It was okay. It's kind of like a popcorn, low budget, low quality space horror, I guess, but it's not bad. Red Riding Hood. I'm just gonna straight up say that I got this for cheaper because of the lenticular. I think it looks cool. The film looks cool at times. Not a very good film though. It like came out of I think this is the director of Twilight for that one, actually. Red Sparrow, nice steelbook. Pretty good spy film with Jennifer Lawrence. I think her accent is like off sometimes and it's like wonky at some points, which is kind of distracting, but this is a pretty good film. I like this one. One that I really enjoy, Requiem for a Dream from Darren Aronofsky. Very memorable film. Yes, very memorable film about drug addiction. It's got a killer score, visuals, just like a haunting film. Very good film. Replicant. I had this on DVD a few years ago for whatever reason. I'm not even like a Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, but I had this on DVD, and then I upgraded to Blu-ray. Not a bad film. Pretty decent Van Damme film. I haven't seen so much from him. I'm not really a fan of like Steven Seagal, Van Damme. I don't know. It's not really my thing. Repulsion, Roman Polanski's psychological thriller, and I think it has Catherine Deneuve. Yes, it does, and this is a really well-made film. Please watch it if you're a fan of Polanski or if you're a fan of films in general. That's a good one. My favorite film from Quentin Tarantino, Reservoir Dogs. This is the Mondo release. Probably the only Mondo. No, let me think about that. Yeah, probably the only Mondo in my collection. Great film, great debut from a director who's gone on to do some fantastic work, and this still remains my favorite. I really like this film. I had a shirt of Reservoir Dogs. I don't know where it went though. The Resident Evil collection. So this comes with every Resident Evil that's been made, not the animated ones, just the main story ones, the live action ones. I like 1, I like 2. I played Resident Evil, was it Nemesis, the game, and Apocalypse has that character Nemesis, which was cool. And then some of them are enjoyable here and there, but mostly not so much. I mainly got it for 1 and 2. The Ring. I really like this horror film with Naomi Watts. It was all the rage at one point with like The Grudge. Good film. Hard to find on Blu-ray. I forgot how I got it, but I got it. The Ringer. I think this is pretty hard to find as well. Great comedy with Johnny Knoxville. I think this kind of comedy probably wouldn't get made today just because of some of the language is like offensive and stuff. But it is well-meaning. I enjoyed it. Johnny Knoxville's been in things that I like, which is pretty weird. Risky Business. Good early Tom Cruise film. Kind of like every man's dream, every boy's dream. Like you have the house to yourself and then stumble across a pretty girl, get to do whatever you want. Yeah, that's a good one. Rites of Passage. This was a horror pack offering. Like they gave this film. It was honestly not that bad. I remember enjoying parts of it, but it's not really good either. Road Trip, classic film from Todd Phillips. I enjoyed this film. This kind of set off like a lot of films in this type of genre, like Euro Trip and stuff like that. I'm sure they're influenced by Road Trip. I guess they're calling this Rob Zombie trilogy. This is House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Reject, and Three from Hell. I like House of a Thousand Corpses enough. I think it's a fun film. Devil's Rejects is okay. I didn't really like Three from Hell, but then I rewatched it and I thought it was a little better, but not by much. The Rocky Horror Picture Show, 45th Anniversary Steelbook. Pretty good horror musical. I definitely see the appeal. I'm not as huge on it as everyone else, but I definitely see the appeal. And I know they do like special showings of that of maybe every year, and people throw like things at the stage and whatever the case is. They get really interactive. Role Models. Oh, I love this film. So rewatchable. I've seen it so many times. I think it's hilarious, and not just hilarious. Like it's like laugh out loud funny. Amazing film. Love this film. One of my favorite comedies. Roma. Another Federico Fellini film. I had La Dolce Vita earlier, and Roma is good as well. But I think this one is like a very loose type of story. Still a very impressive film, definitely. I've always gone, for the Criterion sale and seen this film there, and it's, I've never seen it, so I never picked it up, but I always like the cover, and I'm like, oh, I want to see this. Finally got it. And then I have the other Roma, which is the Alfonso Cuarón Roma. This one was on Netflix too, I believe. I saw this in the cinema before it came to Netflix, and I love this film. It's so good. I know Alfonso Cuarón has a lot of personal childhood affiliation with this film. I think it's fantastic. The lead actress, what's her name? Yalitza. Yeah, let's see, Yalitza Aparicio. She's so good in this. I wish she was doing more things. I don't know, but really good film. Roman Holiday, one of my favorite Audrey Hepburn films, and this was always evading. It was just never on Blu-ray. Like it was so frustrating that I was thinking I'll pick up the DVD even. Finally, Paramount Pictures did a release of this, and as soon as I heard about it, I pre-ordered it. Love this film. Amazing film, that one. Another absolutely amazing film is The Room. I don't know. I forgot where I got this, but this is amazing. Tommy Wiseau is a revolution in this. This is so bad, but it is so good and so entertaining and so funny. Oh my god, unintentionally great. I can watch this anytime. I'm dead serious. It is like a 2 out of 10, but it is amazing. Rope.
saw this in a film class. Amazing use of the long take by Alfred Hitchcock in this. A lot of underlying themes in this as well. I think it's a great film. I have this in the Alfred Hitchcock box set, but I guess I've just kind of held on to it because this is actually one of my favorite Hitchcock films, so I just kept it. Maybe I'll get rid of it one day, who knows. Rosemary's Baby, very classic Roman Polanski film, and it's for good reason because it is a very good film, very twisted, very dark film. And I'm not sure if he directed this after the Sharon Tate murders or before, but it is dark as hell. Really, really great horror film, this one. And it takes place in New York. I love things that take place in New York. The Royal Tenenbaums. This is my favorite Wes Anderson film by far. I love this film. I can't say anything negative about it. I just love this film. Wes Anderson might have all of his films on Criterion at this point. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I really think that is the case. Oh, maybe not Isle of Dogs. The Ruins. Don't forget about this film. This is actually a very decent horror film. I think it's done well. Very enjoyable. It has like the Maya Aztec element to it. Not like super amazing, but an enjoyable horror film, that one. Run Lola Run. Got this really cheap the other day at Best Buy. And it's entertaining. It's like frenetic, quick paced. Good film. I always get this film confused with La Femme Nikita. And the thing is, I can't remember if I've ever seen that one. I have probably not seen that other one. Running Scared. If there was an award for film with the most F-bombs, this has to be nominated. There's so much fucking cursing in this thing. Paul Walker is excellent in this. This is a really good film. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and see it whenever you can. I think this is Paul Walker's best film as well. I'm sure he's been in other great things. I haven't checked out everything from him, but that's a good one. The Runaways. I like the soundtrack for this. I'm a moderate fan of the band. I really like Dakota Fanning as well. Pretty decent biopic there. Rush Hour trilogy. I like all three films. If I had to choose the order, I really wouldn't be able to, but maybe the first one is the best. I really did like 3. 2 I'm kind of forgetting. But great trilogy. You know, if they wanted to do a 4th, I would not complain. Amazing film I've seen in my film class by Todd Haynes, who directed one of my favorite films of all time, Carol. Safe is amazing. This is such a good film. This is another like 10 out of 10. Julianne Moore is fantastic in this. Wow, I can't praise this film enough. I hope everyone goes and watches this. I know there's another Safe with Jason Statham. Not that one. This is the one with Julianne Moore. Todd Haynes, amazing. And keeping the recommendation going, please watch Safety Last. This is a silent era film from the 20s. Yeah, 1920s with Harold Lloyd. Amazing film. It's only like 73 minutes long. It's a short film, but no time is wasted. This is absolutely incredible. It's funny, so charming, amazing film. I love that film so much. That is very close to a 10 out of 10 for me. Probably is, actually. Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3. Pretty good, great Christmas films. Santa Claus 1 is good. Santa Claus 2 is the best one. I think by far it is the best one. And 3 is not as bad as I initially thought it was. But 2 is really good. Savages. I'm not a huge fan of this film. This is an Oliver Stone film. Has Blake Lively as well. Kind of convoluted at times and not that entertaining at times. Oliver Stone is very hit and miss. Saving Private Ryan, great war film from Steven Spielberg. One of the best war films of all time. I have no problem saying that. The Saw collection. This has every single Saw film, including Jigsaw. The first one I really like. 2 and 3 I thought were good, and then I think it should have just been a trilogy. Then they carried on. Jigsaw wasn't bad, but they just feel unnecessary. And now they did Spiral, which I thought was okay, but it still felt unnecessary. It's like a different take, but still. First one's good though. Great David Cronenberg Criterion release here. Scanners. Amazing film by David Cronenberg. Existence is my favorite from him, but this is not far behind. Scarface, Brian De Palma film, a very classic Brian De Palma film. Everyone knows this film. I'm annoyed that I have this damn scar on my Scarface steelbook, and this also comes with the original 1930 something Scarface on DVD, which is pretty cool. Scary Movie, the first one, pretty good spoof with the Wayans brothers. I ordered two. I think they're releasing two individually, re-releasing it with like the digital code, maybe remastered. I don't know. Whatever the case is, I'm getting that one as well. I don't like anything beyond the first two though. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I have the book anthology of this, and I think it's really great. I think the film did the best it could. Not a bad film. The creature design is pretty epic. I mean, look at that. Yeah, the creature design's great. Story could have used some work. I think it would have worked better if it was like a complete anthology and it's like different stories, but they put one plot and then like elements from the stories, which was fine, but it could have been better. Schindler's List, a classic that you'll only want to watch once. Steven Spielberg's great in it. Liam Neeson is also great in it. It tugs at your heartstrings. School of Rock, my favorite Richard Linklater film, my favorite Jack Black film. This is an amazing film. So much praise for this film. So fun to watch. One of the members of the band, I think the drummer, just recently died in a car accident, which is super sad because I know this band gets together every now and then with Jack Black and they perform. So that's just like, it's like a piece of childhood just gone. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I'm gonna give another unpopular opinion. I just picked this up just to give this like another chance, but I'm not really a fan of this film. The way it's presented, yeah, just not really for me. And I'm not really a big Michael Cera fan, anyways. One of my favorite film series coming up. So this is Scream. Fantastic slasher film, front to end, amazing, very rewatchable. That one is legendary from Wes Craven. Scream 2, very decent follow-up to Scream. Not as good, but it hits a lot of great notes as well. 3, I think, is the weakest, and I think a lot of people would agree. This is the weakest one, but it's okay. And then 4 was Return to Form for me. Like, they had like old school and new school in this one. Good film, and I know they're doing I don't know if it's a reboot or Scream 5, but I'm down. And then Custom Made Scream, the TV series, first season, and then the second season. I thought the TV series was pretty good. First season was better than second, but those first 2 seasons were good. I wasn't a huge fan of the third one, and I don't know where that show went. That was a good show. They should have continued it. Searching, amazing film. I didn't know much about this when I first saw it. This entire thing takes place through like social media devices, like on a laptop, on a phone. Amazing film about a man searching for his daughter, and there's like so many twists along the way. This is a very, very good film. The director of this film did something else that I liked recently, but I cannot remember what it was. Maybe I'll remember later, but they did another good film. The Secret World of Ariadne. So talking about the Studio Ghibli films, I know I don't have this one on the steelbooks, and the reason is because I bought this way earlier, because this is my favorite Studio Ghibli film. I love this film so much. This is an amazing film, and it's my favorite one. Kiki's Delivery Service comes very close, but I love this film. Wow, like when I talk about these Studio Ghibli films, I like go into another world. I love them. Secretary, huge fan of Maggie Gyllenhaal, as I mentioned earlier. This is a pretty good like erotic type film. Alrighty. 7, classic David Fincher. Not my favorite from David Fincher, but very good film. This is a nice little digibook of the film. I think a lot of people have seen 7. So then I have this triple pack here as well. Having 7 twice, really, it's not really worth it, but I got this for Insomnia. Great, often forgotten Christopher Nolan film where Robin Williams is fantastic, and I really like Al Pacino in it as well. This is an amazing film, actually. Devil's Advocate, I really like as well. I didn't like it when I first saw it, but then I rewatched it, and man, that's a good film. Both of those are good. All 3, I guess, if you include 7. And then we got another 7 here. Come on. 7 Psychopaths. Amazing film. This film is just funny, so much action, so cool. Sam Rockwell in this is fantastic. Sam Rockwell is honestly one of my favorite actors today. This guy does so much now, but like before he got that recognition, he was in so many great things. This is one of them. Shakespeare in Love. I actually do love this film. This is a great film with Gwyneth Paltrow and Joseph Fiennes. I really enjoyed this film a lot, and that's just not because I love Gwyneth Paltrow. The Shallows, a really good slipcover. When this came out, I was like, you know what? No matter what I think, I'm getting this for this lenticular. One of the best lenticulars going out. Good film too. Not a bad kind of like horror atmosphere film, reminiscent of Jaws. Blake Lively does well in this as well. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I like that film a lot. Shame, amazing film with by Steve McQueen, his best film to date in my opinion. Featuring two of the best like performers today, Michael Fassbender and Carey Mulligan. I think Carey Mulligan is so good and underrated still. Both, honestly. Great film about sex addiction. This is an amazing film. Great score as well. End it with a double pack, which I really enjoy. Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. Both are great films. Owen Wilson and Jackie Robinson. Jackie Chan have good chemistry. Noon is better than Nights, I think, but they're pretty comparable in quality. These come straight from my teenage years. I really enjoyed those. So that's the end of that video. I still have 2 full shelves and a TV show box set video to do. You hear the thunder in the back, that means I should end this video. So I'll see you next time. Bye.